Hey everyone, real talk. Although my voice is a little out right now, moving to Bend is one of the best decisions you'll ever make. But it does come with a few things that nobody really ever warned you about. Stuff that can surprise you, stress you out, and even make you second guess yourself if you're not ready. So today I'm pulling back the curtain on 10 things that I wish I knew before making the leap. And yeah, some things might make you think twice. Let's get into it. All right, so Bend. Looks like a postcard, smells like fresh pine needles, and feels like a cool Instagram post that you somehow live inside of. But before you pack up your sprinter van with your paddleboard and your IPA collection, let's talk about what you really need to know. First up, Bend is kind of expensive. Now, this is not shocking if you've maybe poked around on Zillow, or if maybe a friend of yours sent you a listing because they want to get you to move here, but it's definitely worth mentioning. Everything here, housing, gas, groceries, daycare, insurance, is all a little steeper than what you might be used to, depending on where you're coming from, of course. Is it Manhattan or San Francisco expensive? No, not even close. But if you're thinking that I'll get a steal because it's just a small little mountain town, yeah, think again. The crazy part? Housing prices have climbed, but so has everything else. Your $18 sandwich and your $7 gallon of milk, it sneaks up on you if you're not paying attention. And why? It's simple, because we're running out of buildable land, and the city is simply not expanding fast enough. Basically real estate musical chairs, but with just more flannel and trail runners. So yeah, Bend has that small town charm. You can get from one end of town to the other faster than it would take to get a parking spot in a Costco in like a big city. But small town life also comes with small town ecosystem. Like, you're gonna know your neighbors, whether you want to or not. You'll find your favorite barista, and then you'll also awkwardly realize that she also teaches your daughter's art class. And then you're gonna bump into that contractor that you kind of ghosted at a brew pub with mutual friends. Community here is pretty tight, and I'm telling you, 99% of the time, that's amazing. Just know that you don't move to Bend to be anonymous. Okay, look, if you don't know about the East Side, West Side thing, I'm about to open your eyes here. It's not a rivalry like Bears and Packers. It's more like Tesla versus Ford F-150. West Side, charming, great neighborhoods, trails out the back patio, and houses tucked into the pines. But you'll pay for that Instagram lifestyle. Homes are newer, bougier, and cost a ton. East Side, a little older in construction, bigger lots, less trees, and yet still somehow close to the river. You might not be surrounded by trees, but you get a little more space and a yard. And maybe even a third car garage for all that outdoor gear that you're about to buy. Neither is better. They're both just different flavors of Bend. And yes, occasionally you may get judged on where you shop for groceries. But as long as you hit Costco once or twice a month, you're set. And I'll see you there. So this is not a maybe, it's a when. First, it's a pair of hiking boots, then a mountain bike, then a paddleboard, then skis, then an $800 insulated jacket that you swear you're only gonna wear to the mountain, but the next thing you know, you're wearing it to brunch. It just happens. And honestly, it's awesome. You can be in town, hit Lower Phil's after work, stop for an IPA, and then end the day paddleboarding at Elk Lake. Where else can you live like that? So yeah, the lifestyle starter kit is real, but trust me, you're gonna love every minute of it. This one's big. If you're bringing a remote job, you're golden. If you're starting fresh, it can kind of be a grind. A lot of jobs here are tied to tourism, healthcare, education, real estate, or outdoor recreation, right? And the higher paying roles, they're here, but they're way more competitive. Bend is amazing if you can prioritize lifestyle over paycheck. People move here to play, not to climb corporate ladders. Just have a plan before you show up. Winging it works when you're like camping, but it doesn't work when we're talking about a career here. Traffic here is kind of like Bend's little dirty secret. People are like, oh, it's such a small town. Yeah, until Memorial Day weekend hits. Then it's bumper to bumper from the river to Bachelor. Downtown gets slammed, the Deschutes River gets slammed, the Cascade Lakes Highway, forget it unless you leave at dawn. But here's the secret, and it kind of depends on where you're coming from. Some people move here and they sit in traffic for hours and hours a day, and really this is nothing. We like to complain and we like to moan, but it's really not a big deal. Besides, you learn all of the off times. Early mornings, midweek evenings, random shoulder seasons. You find the pockets of peace and you live for them. And honestly, that's kind of the best compliment that we could get. Bend Parks and Rec here locally is like the Avengers of recreation. Want to tube down the river? Done. Want to hike Pilot Butte after work? Easy. Want a splash pad for your kids? A nature trail for your dog? And a disc golf course for your random Saturday? Yup. There are over 80 parks. And for a town of 100,000 people, that's wild. Other cities are all out here with like 2 sad swings and a park bench. We're floating rivers, climbing fake boulders. If you have even one outdoorsy bone in your body, this place will change your life. If you want to buy a house here, here's my advice. Be prepared. Be fast. Be ready to fight a little. Inventory can be tight, although not always. Interest rates are bouncing. Good homes disappear in days, sometimes hours. And no, your Zillow alert is not going to save you. You need someone boots on the ground, someone who knows the hoods, the builders, the sneaky off-market deals. You need a team that's been through it all. Hi, KrommRealEstate.com. Let's chat. If it's sunny and it's a Friday, Ben's out of here. The boss, mountain biking. Your coworker, floating the river. That new hire you emailed, he's camping in the Cascades. Work-life balance here means actually living your life. You grind, sure, but you also ski powder days. You sneak in midweek rounds of golf, you grab a burger and a beer at the lot at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. It's not lazy, it's intentional. And once you get used to it, it's really hard to imagine living any other way. Yeah, Bend has its quirks. It's not perfect. You'll grumble about the cost of groceries or the snow plows or lack thereof sometimes, or how hard it is to get a reservation at the brewery in July. But then you'll be sitting at Elk Lake on the paddleboard, bobbing out in the water. Mount Bachelor is lit up in the background with a sunset, and it'll all click. This place has a hold of you. It's magic. If you can't tell, I freaking love it here, and I'm sure you will too. And even if you leave, part of you will always be trying to find your way back. So if you're on the fence, you've been warned. All right, folks, if you're thinking about making Bend your new home or just starting to dream about it, we would love to help guide you through that process. My team and I have lived it, we breathe it, and we'd love to be your local real estate resource of choice. We've helped hundreds of people make Bend their happy place. Reach out to us at KrommRealEstate.com or stalk us down below. Be sure to subscribe, smash the like button. Then we'll see you over in the next video. Cheers.